Okay, welcome back to the scene. You know, the next time I bring my garbage and recycling out to the curb, I'm going to haul it out there, I'm going to put it there on the curb, leave it there, but then I'm going to look out my front room window and I'm going to wait and watch for this lady here to come by and go perusing through it. Dorothy McIntyre, welcome. Welcome. You are sort of a garbage woman, aren't you?
I do get the subject matter for my materials, my artwork, from very unusual places.
You are a mixed media artist. You
Right.
reside in Lombard. And how on earth did you get started in, gee whiz, such a creative art medium?
Well, I love going to Kohler's Junkyard in Lombard, right on St. Charles there, and I've been going there about 4 years. This April, they had a fire and the front building burned down. So at first I was really devastated, and it was kind of funny. I actually had a few artists come up to me and touch me on the shoulder and go, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I heard about Kohler's Junkyard burning down."
Well, I guess when it's the medium, when it's the material you're working
you know.
with.
So I eventually started going there and retrieving a lot of the burnt items.
Now, but you don't get all your items for all your artwork from Kohler's, do you?
No.
But the piece specifically, the one that's next to you on the couch, right?
Right.
Is this a lot of the stuff you got from Kohler's after it burned down?
Right. This was a burnt drawer, and then I make ceramic faces, and the legs I pulled out of the ashes, you know, out of the building was half burnt down, and I'm going over there digging through. And the title of this one is Fire Burns, Water Releases, Up from the Ashes, Creation is Born.
Now, how did you get involved in art, first of all, and then how did your art take this shape, using someone else's trash, literally, to make some treasures?
I just started doing it, just wanting to express myself, to take things that are disregarded and turn them into something more exciting and, you know, beautiful to look at. Usually it's the shape, you know, that intrigues me, and I just do it. I just look at it and say, what can I turn this into?
So you indeed do take something that, well, is about to be thrown away, but something that is certainly not intended to be used this way, and you decide to make it useful. Talk to us a little bit about your pieces. I've heard it said that they're mostly very dark, but yet some of them here are quite lively. Why do most of them take on a rather dark feel and look to them?
I guess it's just the way you look at it. To me, you know, like the Fire Burns one, this is very uplifting. I had just gotten to a gallery in Chicago, so to me, even though it's burnt and a little maybe dark looking, she's saying, here I am, look at me, you know. This one was kind of interesting, kind of has a little story behind it.
As I imagine most of your pieces do.
Yeah, they do. They come out of, you know, my energy, what I'm going through in life sometimes. There's an art coalition that we started in Lombard. You'll see quite a few of these around in Lombard now and pick up.
Become part of the arts in Lombard. Yeah. Wonderful, great.
And I was talking to Laura on the phone. We were brainstorming over ideas to come up with. And I moved away from the phone and knocked it off, and I knocked this dish off onto the floor. And I just laughed, went into the phone and said, oh, Laura, now I'm going to have to create something out of that. And then I created it, and then I told her, I said, I'm going to call it Conversations with Laura. And she laughed. That was really funny.
Well, now you're going to have to give that to Laura as a wonderful gift.
Well, we'll have it at some of our Lombard exhibits.
Now, I'm looking, you know, someone threw away this tube of medicine or something, and
let me turn her
chains,
around.
a lot of jewelry on this one.
This is called mosaic art. It's where you're using the tile grout, and it's great because you can use all your broken dishes. My kids save all their broken parts to their toys, and then I can put it right into there. But this isn't medicine. What this is a dried out watercolor tube.
Okay.
The piece was basically finished, and then I took my first watercolor class at the DuPage Art League in Wheaton, and I added the fairy onto her knee, holding the little tube of watercolor, and the cap is in her hand. So then the piece kind of turned into me, the image of unblocking of an artist. Because I was already an artist, but I hadn't had any painting classes yet.
Now, how do you become an artist? You say it was in you all the time, but then all of a sudden you uncapped it. How did you uncap it?
By, you know, starting to create, you know.
What was the urge in you that said, I have no other choice now, I've got to create?
It's an inner drive. It's your inner spirit. I think everybody has it, and if you don't focus and put it into something, you know, eventually it wants to come out. So you just have to be brave.
And you almost have no other choice because it will.
And it will.
You go into local schools and talk with children and schools about art and artistry. Tell us a little bit about what you do in the school.
Okay, last week I did a demo for Washington School in Wheaton, and I usually demo mosaics for them because that's easy and I can wipe it on. I tell them it's like wiping frosting on, and then I let the kids pick through my array of broken things and toys, and they tell me where to put them on. And
I bet they love it.
Oh, they love it. The kids love my artwork.
Yes,
you know?
well, it's very childlike. It's very whimsical. I see shells. I mean, it's almost something that you could go on a hunt with your kids, collect some things, and at the end of the day, let's put something together.
The kids always like. I always hold it up and tell the kids, this is Queen of the Rings. Give me your best shot. You know, and the kids laugh. They love it.
Now, where did you find some of this?
This was some colors. Digging through the ashes, I probably gathered at least 20 of these.
Okay.
You know, just digging
and
through.
The fur?
The fur, vintage furs, you know, that are discarded. And this is those tassels.
When you say discarded, and, you know, all joking aside, do you go and peruse through people's garbage, or if you see, I mean, I confess, if I see an interesting, I just picked up a footstool on the curb because I'm like, I can't believe someone's throwing that away. I'm going to reupholster this thing. But do you keep your eye out all the time for a hidden
I
treasure?
keep it out all the time. You know, even just taking a walk along the prairie path, I'll find a piece of rust, like this is where her hair came.
Okay.
And it just, you know, the shapes intrigued me. I thought, you know, it was unusual, and I just picked it up, put it in my pocket, brought it home, and, you know,
this is an electrical box.
Electrical box, yeah.
Wow, wow. Well, it's certainly creative, absolutely. Our co-host Dave really liked that one. Yeah, he thought that was a lot of fun. This, where did you find this?
I was volunteering at a resale shop at the time. Thank goodness I happened to be there when somebody donated her tail, which I'm guessing is some sort of bull's horn of some
tusk
sort.
of sorts, right.
So they had just brought it in, and one of the people that was volunteering in the back room saw it come in and said, oh, why would somebody give us this? Let's throw this. And I said, no, don't throw it out. I'll take it. So I took it home. And
now, is this almost a curse, though? I mean, do you hate to see almost anything thrown away?
Right, but I do teach kids classes at the DuPage Art League in Wheaton, so I always think, well, if I can't figure out what to do with it, those kids will.
Yes.
And then, you know, then I supply all, you know, wire, beads, broken things, and the kids do. They come up with wonderful creations.
Well, it sure is a different emphasis on recycling. You know, from the time these kids are in preschool, we talk about recycling your plastics and your aluminum. Well, this is a really wonderful way to even extend that into something more fun and creative for them.
Definitely.
I want to give our viewers a little bit of information because you have some of your artwork right now on exhibit in Chicago, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Good. And it's down at the Gruen Galleries at 226 West Superior in Chicago. And if you want some information on Dorothy's art, maybe to even go buy some, just call 312-337-6262. Wow, that's absolutely tremendous. Your pieces are very unique. Maybe it'll be the Art Institute next, huh?
I hope so. I hope so. That'd be fun.
Well, Dorothy, thank you for taking out the time to be here. Maybe we'll see you again on the scene.
Okay. Thanks, Pam.
Good. And when we come back, actually, we're not going to go to a break. We are going to go to Gina right now, who's at the Art Institute. Maybe while she's there, she can put in a nice plug for you. Gina? Oh, I guess we're going to need to take a minute. We don't have our feed from Gina, so that's okay. Is that where someone like you aspires to next, the Art Institute? Yeah? Someone like you?
Yeah. Can I put another plug in?
Yeah, absolutely. Quickly, because I think we finally got our feed to Gina. No, okay.
All right.
Oh, we don't. I'm sorry. We are going to go to a break, and then when we come back, we'll be talking to Gina at the Art Institute. Sorry, Dorothy.
That's okay.
Yeah.